Hello, my name's Ruleen Lilley, and I've worked for 40 years as one of the broodmare managers at Mac Lilley Farms. So there's lots of variety in a broodmare manager's job, depending on what season that you're in. The springtime is the busiest season because horses are seasonal breeders. And our season goes in the Northern Hemisphere from February 15th until mid-July. So in that time, this is what we do. On Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we breed the mares. So that entails calling before 9 o'clock to the stallion farm that stands the stallion you're breeding your mare to and placing your order, and then driving to Toronto. Usually there's a semen depot hub at John Back's Farms, which is near Mohawk Racetrack. And it's very convenient for all the farms in Ontario. So we all meet there at 1 o'clock on a Monday or a Wednesday or a Friday. And we either deliver the semen from our stallions up there, or we pick up semen from their stallions and bring it back to breed our mares. So that's what Monday, Wednesday, and Friday entails. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, those are the days that the vet comes to the farm, and he will arm check and ultrasound the mares to see when they're ready to ovulate. So he'll check them before they ovulate, to check to see that they have ovulated, and also to check to see if they're pregnant. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are busy with the vet. The rest of the time in the spring, you're delivering foals, because these poor girls are pregnant from anywhere from 11 to 12 months, and some will even go over the years. And this is when they deliver their foals, is in the springtime. So there's lots of sleepless nights and checking the cameras and checking the staff to make sure everybody's keeping a watchful eye on these girls. So when a mare starts to foal, it only takes 20 minutes from the time you see the amniotic sac until they're delivered. And this is a critical time to have somebody there to make sure there isn't a malposition or a red bag baby or something critical that needs to be attended to within minutes to make sure your foal survives. So that pretty well entails what we do in the springtime. In the summertime, it's kind of a nice time. The mares and foals are out on the pasture and growing, and we like to microchip the foals in the summertime so that the mares and foals are together, and you make sure you get the right foal with the right mare. So the microchip technician will come and he will take a DNA sample and mark the sex and the color and the markings and implant the microchip. So when we started, there was lip tattoos, and then there was freeze brands, and there was hot brands. So now they've moved to microchipping. So I can see this really helping in the future if it takes temperatures and does all kinds of wonderful things. So if you're going to be a broodmare manager in the future, this is a technology to look into. In the fall time, we're weaning the foals. In fact, we just did that last week, and they're halter breaking the weanlings and putting the mares back out on pasture to help them develop so they can build the next foal for the following year. And then in the wintertime, it's basically just a maintenance ritual where you make sure everything's well fed and looked after, and hooves trimmed and wormed, and vaccines and all the multiple things that go along with broodmare management. So it doesn't matter what season you're in, broodmare management offers a tremendous amount of variety. For somebody that doesn't like a monotonous job, this is the job for you. You don't need to have a whole lot of strength to be a broodmare manager, because most of these girls have been racehorses and they're just little pussycats. They love to see you every day. They're easy to lead around in the most part. You might get the odd little feisty one, but no, they're wonderful to work with. They love to be with you, and they're just lovable, lovable, lovable. You got to be good at book work, because you need to keep track of the breeding days, the foaling days, the vaccinations, the worming, the teeth, the hoof trimming, the multiple things that go along with the broodmare. So if you like to do bookwork, that's a good job for you. And then always it's good to study the pedigrees and to visit the stallion farms and see the stallions and discuss with the stallion managers the traits that you're looking for in a foal. And maybe they can recommend the best cross for you with your broodmare. And you're always doing research. Like the industry has developed so much and changed so much in the last few years that I've been in it. So I can't wait to see what new technologies will come in the future. The biggest challenge we have right now is to find equine veterinarians. We are very fortunate. We have Dr. Bob Boyce, who has worked with us for 45 years, but he keeps threatening to retire. So we are running out of options if we lose our equine veterinarian, because there isn't as many vets willing to do the long hours and the calls. So it's really challenged the equine industry to encourage enough equine vets to stay in the business. Another one of the challenges would be staffing. We're kind of fortunate here. We've raised our own staff, but it's a family-run farm. So our children, our sons and their girlfriends and wives are helping on the farm. So, but if we are to hire outside staff, we're challenged that way. So this is a family farm. So I started as a groom with the racehorses 40 years ago and just gradually moved into the broodmare end of it. I remember when I first started 40 years ago, a woman was not allowed in the breeding shed because of our delicate sensitivities. So we've come a long ways, baby, because now women are looking after the broodmare. Some are even running the stallions. So it's not just a male dominated industry anymore. Well, I'm really envious of the new people that are starting in the industry because there's been so many changes in the time that I've been in it. I know the advancements in DNA, and even a couple of years ago, we had a group of scientists come out to the farm and they would take the milk, just a very small sample, from the mares before they foaled. And they were trying to develop a technology where they could take that milk and use it predictively to tell exactly what day and even down to the hour of when that mare was going to foal. So if they could develop that technology, wouldn't that be wonderful? It would save so many sleepless nights and help us in the broodmare industry so much. And right now they're microchipping, and the technology right now also takes the temperature, but I can see that technology advance in the future where maybe we won't need to ultrasound the mares. Maybe simply something in their blood levels or their temperature will tell us when they're ready to ovulate and save a tremendous amount of work that way. So I envy you new people starting in the business because there's so many new things coming. It's exciting to watch. Oh, definitely the most exciting part is helping the mares when they're delivering foals. It's just like watching a little miracle every time there's a baby born. It's just so rewarding. So thanks for watching, and I hope this gives you an idea of what a broodmare manager does. And I wish you all the very best in your equine pursuits.